to ensure they could see. I'm told one of my kids is in the clan is getting married. I want to go and attend that function. Blind, but still wanted to participate in every activity in the village. Surprisingly, he would tell me tobacco work is going on. It was not possible for Mzee to urinate. And when I consulted Dr. Made, he had to insert, I don't know if it's called a catheter or what, to drain urine. And I was a back. And that is now the time when Mzee, he could take tea, he could take porridge, and there are stories with the children. I also have children. I also have children. Derek is not around. Derek is not around. I have another young man who also had a very good voice. These are the guys. Another young man who also had a very good voice. These are the guys I needed to whatever effort we made to feed him. He couldn't now eat food. He couldn't take even porridge. You put something that comes down. Whoop, gets down. Jose, on Tuesday night, the breath changed. My sister Nomitela ran to me around midnight to tell me things are not okay. He just told Mafule first come. I ran out, only to find Mzee was breathing more heavily, and I tried to call staff from our Leicester clinic who have been attending to him. Unfortunately, that time of the night, their phones were not going through. I tried to reach out to my sister Angela. She had gone to Rhino Camp site. So I just sat there with Domijana near Mzee. For around 30 minutes, Mzee started moving his body and the breath improved. It became like normal, the way he was breathing. That was down after 1 o'clock. My sister Domijana told me, Mavule, you can go and rest. Now, Mzee has improved. I got convinced and went to sleep. After me, Domijana prayed, rosary, and also slept. In Terego, we say, period with you. When Domijana slept, just for a short moment, Mzee also said bye-bye without our notice. He went. Domijana got up. She did not hear Mzee breathing. He said, what is it? Check that one. Just ran to tell me things are off. Mzee did not tell me that so and so did this to me, to him rather, to cause as cause of his death. No. Mzee did not tell me whether he had problems with anybody. Mzee didn't tell me about any debt of with anybody or anybody's debt with him. No. He just went like that. I'm quite sure he went in happiness. Who is this gentleman we're talking about? Mr. Donato Amabua, our father, was born in 1930, May 1st. And as we talk today, by the time of his demise, he was 95 years. And therefore, I want to thank the council again for honoring this man for whatever he did for the nation, for our region, and for the district. My father trained as a teacher. After completing his course, he was posted to Okolo Primary School. He taught there for a very short time. Why? You remember at that time, most schools were started by churches. And when Mzee was still in school, a priest had identified him as issue of education, late coming, and seriousness in school. That alone made Mzee a darling to the whole of Arigaden County. I want to tell you what my father did in Yumbe district right now, but former Aringa County, up to now, still is a big legacy that has helped me in particular, because I've worked in the whole of West Nile. Permit me to tell you, Mr. Speaker, when I started working in tobacco industry, I used to work in the whole of this region. Around that time, there was an insurgency immediately after passing these hills from Omogo. You moved like this up to South Sudan border. From Maracha, you would move up to Congo border. There was insurgency. But young as I was, with all the courage, I would ride on a motorcycle to Yumbe when people are saying, no, there's a problem. Out of his children, I think I'm the firstborn in Indiria, in Terego, Indiria Primary School where he was teaching, where I was the headmaster. They worked there as a head teacher, where I was the headmaster. They worked there as a head teacher. While at Indiria, Mzee instilled discipline in all students and teachers. And during Mzee's time, children used to report Mr. Donato Amabua should become the county chief of Terego. And that one he accepted gladly and served without any interference up to when the government of Idi Amin was overthrown, up to, I think, 1980, 81, when after the insurgency settled, that's when now he moved, he stepped aside. As a county chief, this man maintained a lot of relationship with people. As we were young, we could see that Terego and Maracha were like one county. I still remember the county chief of Maracha was called Mr. Juma. I remember Terego and Maracha were playing soccer on yearly basis. At one moment they would go and play in Maracha, next the following year they would be in Terego. And they used to have that kind of relationship. And these appeared like one county. The people of Maracha and the people of Terego lived very harmoniously during his time. Thereafter, when we came back from exile, Mzee came back to the DO, said, no, you're a teacher, you can go back to your old school. Mzee gladly came back to Nigeria Primary School and continued with his discipline of ensuring he maintained good standards in Nigeria Primary School. As Mzee was there in Nigeria, he also kept serving as what? I think a councillor. He served as a councillor to the district. After some time, the district council considered that he could serve as a vice chairman of our father, Mr. Terego, who was then the chairperson, the chairman. And Mzee was his what? His vice. They worked very closely. Up to the point that whenever we meet Mr. Terego, it's like I am meeting my father. Whenever I'm going to work at my duty station, if I meet him, I have to stop. If I pass by home, he's at home, I must branch and say hi to him. Mr. Terego and my late dad here live like brothers, and they have left a legacy where we now live like brothers and sisters with the children of Mr. Terego. They served there one term. The second term is when the council preferred to have him as the chairman. As the chairman of Greater Arua District, I did not hear of any one day when Mzee was called in front of a commission of inquiry about loss of funds or any other thing. This man maintained his discipline as the chairman of Arua District. Time management. Whenever the driver would delay by 5 minutes, the driver would find this man from a Diofe there. The driver would either find him at the bridge or close to reaching his office, walking. And he would not say, why did you do this? No. Whenever the driver would come, he just gets into the vehicle and they move. His was not like, hey, I'm the boss. Why did you do this? Let me suspend you. Zero. He maintained his discipline of time management. They maintain honesty. Honesty. Honorable Speaker, am I over talking? Oh, thank you very much. My young brother told me my sister is telling me the sun is too strong. I could sit aside and I've responded that I'm a farmer. Normally farmers stay in the sun. Thank you very much for the concern. My young brother, Adiga, as I was already working, they were here at home. One day, as the chairman of the Service Commission, he told me a teacher, I think, wanted to become a deputy head teacher. Honorable Speaker, the person rode a bicycle from his home, we don't know where. He reached home. At that time, Mzee was in a difficult moment where he needed cash for paying school fees. This person came and put across his request. And Mzee told him, we shall sit in the council to interview you people. If you pass, you'll be lucky. If you don't pass, it will be unfortunate for you. I think I told me the gentleman pulled out a khaki envelope and gave to Mzee. He said, what is this for? Mzee needed money, but somebody is giving him money he doesn't want it. The man said, no, please have this. He said, no, I'm not taking this money. I'm not. Just wait for the council to sit. When you perform very well, you will get that position. If you not perform very well, you will not get the position. That is the kind of person who is lying in front of us. This gentleman did not teach us to beg. He did not teach us to be more loitering all over the place to look for what is not there. He started teaching us how to dig survival systems. He taught us much early. At the age of 10, 11, 12, he was a county chief, but we did not have that luxury of being children of the county chief. Mr. Speaker, we would walk with the hose. When our soldiers from Owafa would come and dig here at the Agoro. Around this time is when we would be going back to Owafa. You can imagine facing the sun. So my sister, when they would see me in the sun, this man taught me to stay in the sun for a long time back. We all grew through the hands of our parents. There are people who send their children to stay with their brothers, with their aunties, with the friends, but we all grew, 22 of us, through the hand of our parents. My father had 2 wives. My mother passed on, you're all aware, she passed on a few years back. Now Mzee has followed her. We have our stepmother or our mother, one that is remaining. She would have been here, but she also has a weakness with the knees. Her knee was, one of the knees was operated just recently, and she was brought from Kampala to here in a car, and the knee is paining, so she could not join us here. Otherwise, I would have introduced him. We all grew through the hands of these parents without begging. They taught us how to work. And as we talk today, Mr. Speaker, we don't have any land in a riparian land designated for our farm. No single square meter of land. Where we have settled is land that was given to us by our great uncles. And Council Sydney, where we have settled, that is our great uncle, the one who has given us land to settle there. Please. Fields that we have been digging, Mzee was borrowing or renting from the Lavu clan. That condition has trained us. Me, my brothers and sisters have all struggled to look for where to settle. We are looking for land all over this country so that we can own some land that we can maybe gradually hand over to our children. Because our father has not given us, he was not shown any land. So we are not disturbing our people. Let's reallocate land, no. We are buying land from elsewhere so that we can own and in future tell people this is our land. So, Mr. Speaker, there will be no conflict generated from the village here because of land by the children of this person who is lying in state. I don't know if this man had a little bit of corruption, but I want to openly tell you that the man has one unfinished house where we grew up from in Agoroko there. That is his asset. The second building is in Idiofe. A small, people call it a business house, a small boutique he has constructed there. That is his second house. Apart from that, he doesn't have any other asset. He has not shown us, hey, I have this many hundreds cattle, you are going to divide like this. Yeah, I have this much money on my bank account. Zero. He only imparted knowledge into our heads and said, this is your asset and live with it. We thank him very much for this. Mr. Speaker, at this point, I don't know if you'll permit me to introduce the children left by the late Mzee.
Briefly, you can introduce them.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Jessica, step forward. Okay, not to call you one by one. Come, step forward, all of you, to save time. Please, come over. All the biological children of Mzee, step forward for the council to see you. Mr. Speaker, as I told you, we were 22. out of 22, I think about 3 or 4 have already left us. There are others who was a bit busy at home there. They couldn't join us this side. These are the few that have come around. And I see, I've seen Gilbert leaving. He has also gone to pick some people from Arua town. So these are the few that I'm here with. Jessica is the firstborn in the family. He stays with us in Ethiopia. Chandi is a teacher by profession. She's based in Kampala. Avako is a police detective. As we talk today, she's in she works in Bali. Kevin is a businesswoman. You come to Angoloko, you always find her there, making money. You want to transact money, she will be there. Pia is a teacher. She teaches in a primary school in Madio called Amabua. And she's also married there. Adiga Harold is a professional accountant. He works with the Naro. He's based in Kampala. Next to Adiga is Mr. Agrani, a young man but bigger than me. Granny Joseph is also a professional accountant. He works with the Danish Refugee Council. He's with us here. So these are the few that have come around with us to pay tribute to our late dad. Mr. Speaker, permit me on behalf of the family to appreciate the gesture you have given us. We shall remain children of Terego. We shall remain law-abiding children of West Nile, or Rubar actually first of all, and West Nile. We shall remain law-abiding children of Uganda. Mr. Speaker, unfortunately, we are not active in politics. Mr. Speaker, unfortunately, we are not active in politics. We concentrate more on production. And I'm quite sure at an appropriate time, when God tells us to join the bandwagon, we shall join politics, we shall become active politicians. But as we talk today, we are not active politicians, the entire family, except one of my young brothers who is hitting to become the mayor of the town council. A politician who is in opposition will define peace differently. The second aspect is well-regulated sunshine and rainfall. So therefore, there are two people the farmer looks at as being the key persons responsible for peace and the perspective of the farmer. The first one is God, to give us rain and sunshine so that our crops can grow. The second person is the government. The government has to ensure that the farmer should be in position to wake up early in the morning to go to the field. He digs his field and he tends his crops. He sells them, and what else does a farmer need as peace? That is, he is peaceful when he grows his crops, he sells them. Thank you very much for the government of NRM.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Request that you summarize the rest of time.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I have actually finished. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for presenting the family well. I think that takes us to our next item on our paper. Mr. Clark.
Mr. Speaker, the next item is motion to pay tribute to the late Honorable Donato Amabua.
Thank Thank you very much. Glad to council and the gallery. Before we move to that motion, the beginning of our council, not to introduce dignitaries who are in attendance. And I want to take this brief honor to inform the House that we have the following in our midst. We have the Lord Mayor of Arua City, Honorable Sam Nakwa, can rise up for recognition. I thank you for following our fallen hero. We have our senior presidential advisor, Honorable Buga Matata, is in our midst. Thank you for giving time for this very important tribute. We have the deputy cow of Arua. Thank you for coming and joining us in this council. We have the former executive director for financial intelligence, Council Asubo Sitting is our midst. You can rise up for recognition. Many of us have been hearing about you. It is a pleasure to have you in this very important council meeting. We have our long-serving member of parliament for Terego district, Honorable Kashiano Wadri Izati, in our midst. There is the young man. Thank you very much for coming. We have our former member of parliament representing the women of Greater Arua district, Honorable Christine Abia, in our midst. Thank you for coming. And colleagues can bear with me that in politics we don't grow old easily. We have a retired chief administrator that Father Avaga is in our midst. Wherever you are, can rise for recognition. Thank you, Father, for coming. We have the former RDC for Maracha district. Wherever you are, can rise up for recognition. Yeah, I'm being corrected, and I introduced the former RDC as the presidential advisor in names of Buga Matata. Thank you for coming for the second time. In attendance, we also have Honorable Andua Martin Drane. Andua Martin Drane is a candidate aspiring for Member of Parliament, Terego. Thank you very much for coming. We have Honorable Wena Michael Bayo, who is in our midst, vying and working very hard to ensure that Saka leaves the office, is contesting as the district chair. We have representative of partners in our midst. We have Rice West Nile and the executive director in names of Parks Shakar, our own here is in our midst. Wherever you are, you can rise up for recognition. And I also call upon your staff to also rise for recognition. We have our own the Director for Development Infrastructures, Mr. Itrima Sande. wherever you are, can rise up for recognition. And in our midst, we have the Speaker of Arua District Local, the Speaker of United States of Arua. In our midst, you can rise up for recognition. And as per the tribute given by the family representative in regard to Yumbe District, we have the Speaker of Yumbe District, who is in our midst. Honorable Kasim, you can rise for recognition. When he heard about the demise of our late Muse, he reminded me that when Yumbe was created, there were a number of requests that were made, including late Muse. The people of Ringa wanted late Muse to be their first LC5 chairperson, also that he members the rest of the chairpersons when he was not in Ringa. You want to remember that they wanted Terego House. I think it was Terego House and the late Muse that the people of Yumbe demanded. That is what the Speaker of Yumbe District, that is actually what brought him here, and in time he will be given opportunity to pay a tribute on behalf of the good legacy that Muse left in Yumbe. And on that note, I therefore want to draw attention of the council to move a motion so that members pay tribute to our fallen hero. Therefore, invite a motion.
Mr. Speaker, the two speakers with you, the Deputy Speaker, the LC5 Chairman, Terego District, the Mayor, Arua City, the Commissioner who is with us, all the councillors, representatives of the CSOs and the NGOs, the press, the gallery, ladies and gentlemen, motion seeking for the district council to pay special tribute to the late Honorable Amabua Donato. Mr. Speaker, I beg to move.
Condiment. Extend the mic to Honorable Bosses Peter Rubaku.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. May I take this honor to second the motion seeking for district to pay special tribute to late Honorable Amabua Donato. I beg to second.
Thank you. August House, we gather today with a heavy hearts, but also with immense gratitude to honor the life of a remarkable man, a true founding father, a hero, and a guiding light in all our lives, Honorable Amabua Donato, also known as Dona. The Speaker, when I was growing, I got to know there was a very powerful man called Dona. The day when I went to St. Charles Law, the senior one, there were two slogans about him I got from there. One was Donajovo, Donajovo. And then the second one I learned from there was Satiwa Emeza Dona Sako. I got to learn these ones when I was young. Senior one is St. Charles Law College, Koboko. Meaning he was a real man of virtue. From a humble background as a teacher, he rose to very many positions as mentioned by the son, Mr. Atiki. Up to being chief of Terego County from 1973 to 1983. When I tried to consult and go to learn, every moment spent with him was an avenue to learn something vital. Mr. Speaker, it is a real replica of the son attitude. When I started working, my first job was by the son. When working with him, everything is easy and you learn a lot. That's why I call attitude a replica of their father. Braga's house, a leader is best when people barely know he exists. He knows he is serving the people he leads, not the interest he holds. He taught us how to be strong without being hard, and kind without expecting a reward. As a people, we will never forget his unwavering courage during our community toughest times. He saw a future where others saw only obstacles. And his relentless spirit built the foundation we stand upon today. His leaders of a service and unwavering belief in our shared potential will forever be etched in our history. So, Honorable Speaker, he has left for us a huge legacy. When we ask ourselves here, the person who ventured a lot in education, today we are here next to the corpse. How many of us are here with PhDs, like the way he liked education? How many of us are here with the masters, like the way he championed education in Terego? And Terego used to be called the granary of academicians. Is it still there? These are questions we must be asking when we are celebrating the life of our father. How many are with the degrees in our clans, in our families? Are we paying the school fees like the way he used to pay? He paid almost all his children to universities. Are we doing the same? These are tough questions, and we must be asking them and keeping quiet over them. And answers will be individual. As an administrator and a political leader, Donato saved the bigger Arua district. That is what fragmented into small districts. Just like Koboko, Yumbe, Manokolo, all these were under him. He managed them very well. As the son said, he was not corrupt free. Are we following what he did? As he gathered here, some of us are down here requesting for Kitu from the subordinates. This was not our founding father did in his lifetime. His vision and leadership kept this large entire one and united for our today. He sacrificed his yesterday. He sacrificed his yesterday. I remember he organized so many meetings here when there were some mushrooming associations called asset committees to see that the land is to be paid to the farmers who even gave the land free for our district. Mosaic was brought up to the council hall, and he talked. But you could not hear what he was speaking. But internally he was really expressing something very sadly, that this land he struggled for should not be paid to the farmers. Farmers are going to give the land free to establish our district. So this is the person today we are here celebrating. We owe our freedom today our founding father. Let us honor our lives by living ours with purpose, pride, and gratitude. I therefore move a motion to District Council to pay special tribute to our hero and founding father, Amabua Donato. Though you are gone, your spirit will forever echo in our hearts. I beg to move the speaker.
Thank you very much. I think the motion was already being moved and seconded. We already proceeding with tributes. And you have already started paying the tributes. I'm going to give few slots for the members of the council because the line seems to be long vis-a-vis the time we have. So, members, you can pay your tribute before we proceed to the entire gallery. Honorable Aliko Hillary.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Let the protocol remain observed for the interest of time. As today, we are paying tribute to our Muse, Donato Amabua. We also want to celebrate his life. Mr. Speaker, the fallen person before us has left a lot of legacy to the nation, to the district. Though we needed him more, but God's timing is the best. He left the following for us to copy. I remember the last visit that we took to visit him when he was sick in 2023. Jose Donato Amabua talked about peace. But you can see the peace he had in his children. The children are so peaceful to the extent that they extended the love, the peace they have to other neighboring persons. I got to know Donato Amabua through my elder sister, Manio Betty, who was a friend. She was a friend to the late daughter, Scoville, those of Drani and Kizito, and the others. Now, the peace he preached, I think it is also worth for us to emulate. Not only that, Honorable Speaker, when we visited him, he talked about love. The love you can see in the children. Whenever we approach, whenever you meet them, you can really see the children are so loving, approachable, even they're living together. That is also what we also need to emulate. It is so worthy for us to copy and paste from them. Mr. Speaker, I can't leave that untouched. The coexistence. Togetherness, we do coexist. That's what he was preaching and what he has left for us to emulate when we are here. Most importantly, he was somebody who promoted education. You can see his children, you can see those who visited him, other children's. He can, when he meets them, he only sounds about education. You can see when the son was giving a speech, he was expecting land will not be enough for us all. But how will the children acquire land is through education. So he was so educated, so somebody who is so education loving, it is also good for us to emulate. Lastly, out of his legacy that I feel the council and the gallery today here can take from him is he was a good parenting father. As of now, you can see the blames are all over to the youth whom I represent in this August House. But the people who are blaming the youth, they don't reflect back how those of those Amabua were mentoring the children or the people in the communities. So I really beg all of us to reflect and emulate what he has done. He's a good parenting father who loves children, who shows the direction the children are supposed to take. And it is so good. Honorable Speaker, it is also great honor for us to thank our fallen Mose Donato Amabua, because the legacy by his name, when we were in school, when we say we are children of Donato Amabua, people used to honor Donato. It is so good. Baba, we still need you more to give, but God's time is the best. You have gone to rest, but it turns to us to say whether the legacy you have left behind, people are following it. I beg to move and submit all these recommendations, and for us, the council, also to emulate his legacy. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Hillary. Give the microphone to Honorable Arubako Bosses.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Permit me to make some brief statements on our fallen hero due to time. Honorable Speaker, with due respect, I want to thank the family of late to have really ensured his health was really prolonged. Otherwise, if the family was to give up before, I'm sure Mose should have not reached this extent of today. I want to thank the family for their generosity to their father. Honorable Speaker, I got one good key message from the son when he was serving. As a leader, the leaders of today has all those prerogative powers to do what they want. If Dona was to be like our leaders of today, being a leader, he should actually have grabbed people's land, using all those prerogative powers he had when he was serving. And the son was trying to tell us that as he was speaking, they don't have a mere plot there at home. But I want to thank him to have really played his games in the proper manner. Honorable Speaker, I still also want to say, as the district council, as Terego district, we named this road from the roadside up to heading to this pavilion as Donato Amabua Road. Amidst this, we discovered that certain issues also started happening. And we should really not be assembled today to say that Donato Amabua greatly worked. Basically, he is the only Teregian who led the Greater Arua district as the chairperson. He has to be remembered. we need to do 2 to 3 things historical in order to so that we had a hero of so and so's caliber. So I want to take this council of today in order to reaffirm this road to still remain in the names of Donato Amabua. I beg to submit, Honorable Speaker. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable. Extend the microphone to Honorable Florence Dante.
Thank you, Bwana Speaker. I stand on the protocol which started. I just want to say just a few things. What Archie spoke here about the father cannot be challenged. And this is exactly what the hero actually did, and that is his legacy. I knew Mzee immediately when I came to Wafa. I knew him from that place, from that time. When I was with the community action plan, when I was facilitating a community around Onjwa, all the community members, as I was facilitating, they actually came up with a project of clean water. But I went to Mzee and told Mzee, can you come and back me up in this facilitation? Because you may have clean water, but how to keep it clean if we don't know? I think the first thing is to start with education. And with him and the Seraphine Alia, we came up with a classroom project. The first classroom project we had in Onjwa, Mzee was behind it. That one, you can bear it with me that this man really loved education. And the other issue which actually brought about tobacco, when I became the first female ALT in the whole of West Nile, I was taken to Maracha. When they asked me, where are you from? I said, from Terego. Which part of Terego? Because we had a powerful man there called Amabua Donato. I said, I'm from that family. I said, I'm from that family. And indeed, I'm from that family. If you see Aripia and Lurija, so I was from that family. I was taken there, Amabua's daughter, and I worked so well in Maracha. Nobody touched me. There was one time we had misunderstanding with some farmers. Amabua's happy, me there me arrested. And this is our fallen hero. I really don't have much to say about the hero. Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un.
Honorable Jessica.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I respect the protocol. As stated, I'm Chandek Jessica Betty. I just want to begin from where my colleagues had started. We are here for a special council giving the last respect to our dear father, our dear fallen father, none other than Donato Amabua, whom we shall remember, we shall continuously remember in the history of Terego, where we shall think about him. Our own children will recall him of the good deeds in Terego and the Great Arua. I stand in the floor of this August House almost with a lot of tears. Our beloved fallen father was the only elder in Terego who could unite the political leaders in Terego. Today that he has fallen, before even his demise, in Terego we can see the total mess we are going through. Our Father, you are leaving us. Who else will guide us and our young generation in Terego, as well as Aifu? He was our director. He could direct us to do the rightful things, which we used to do. He will gather us together and point out what exactly we should do. Our fallen father here contributed in the history of the demand of this district. He fully joined NRM party with us, and we contributed to request His Excellency at least to give us our district. That was how we succeeded. I will continue to remember his words when he used to guide us wherever we want to go wrong. This time, the elders we are having in Terego will never relate to what exactly our father did. They will never guide anyone who is doing wrong. They rather divide us. Our young generations will not know anything about Terego culture. So today we are mourning him. Our father, we are mourning you. We are here asking you, much as you have passed with a lot of words to us. Our Father, kindly seeking for your wisdom, at least to one of your sons or one of the Teretians who will stand on your behalf such that Terego remains one. Mr. Speaker, I rest my case. May his soul rest in eternal peace.
Thank you very much. I will give 2 more slots, one for Honorable Annette, and thereafter I will give another slot for Buga Mayor. We are not all one district in this council. We also have other representatives. Honorable Annette.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the time once more. In the interest of time, protocol remain observed. I remain Cairo Annette Drabero, female youth councillor. A lot has been said about our dear father. I'd also wish to add my voice to what tremendously that he has done in our land and also for Uganda at large. Mr. Speaker, to add on what my colleagues have already aired out, I want to specifically go to service delivery at the highest level, which was done by our great father. As said by his son, Mzee was one person who loved education, yes. and how he was serving is what matters. I want this one to be echoing in our hearts and in our ears, especially those who are given the powers to be serving people. We could reflect on what Muse did. There are many teachers right now and head teachers. Are we really doing service to our communities like what Muse did? I'm a daughter to Ive, especially I come near, my home is close to Nigeria SS Primary, I mean. When we were growing, Nigeria used to be one of the most powerful schools in Terego, via academic and even athletics. And there were so many such powerful schools, but Nigeria was feared because of what Muse did, because of the standards that he upheld. But if you go right now, trying to search for the name of these schools when final results are released, you will be perturbed. The academic levels have drastically dropped. Pupils are not passing. Some of the teachers, also head teachers, are not doing exactly what Muse did. How can we take his legacy and try to revive such kind of powerful schools like Nigeria, where he was real, where he served diligently for a very longer period of time. Even when he came back from exile, he also returned there. I really send my prayers to our DO and the responsible persons in this education sector. Let's take deliberate effort to raise the standards of our powerful schools that were in the reigns of our dear father, especially Nigeria, to remember him. I would wish to also hear in the next year, or even this year, some years to come, that the schools come back to their glory. And this kind of service delivery, I wish for us to take it at every level. He never only remained with it at the level of the primary school. When he was given the mandate to be a leader, we clearly heard that he kept his integrity. He did not take bribe or take somebody's opinion. He stood on the truth. Can we as leaders reflect on what he did and really lead diligently like the way he did? That will be the only tribute we will pay to him. If we talk words here but we go back and do whatever pleases us or whatever divides people, we shall not really honor our dear father. I would wish to hear that because of what our father did, there will be a change in our service delivery from the technical to the political wing. It's my kind prayer, Mr. Speaker. Then secondly, Muse, being very busy with so many responsibilities, did not abandon his sole responsibility to take care of his family and the children, attested by the son, who said that Muse and the family raised the children alone. The children were not sent somewhere. But it is the opposite nowadays. Even some of us do it. You want to say that your 10-year-old daughter or son has defeated you. How can that one happen? Most of us are absent mothers and fathers. You don't know what your son or daughter goes through. But at some point, when the child is left to be taught by the community or whatever is around him, you turn to say that your child has defeated you. And you turn to say that the youth surrounded you are unruly. It is you as the cause. Because for Muse, none of his children went to that kind of extent. He was able to educate them, he was available, he was able to show for them the way. As said by the son, they went together to dig. But nowadays, if you go around, the fathers are the first person to go to the roadside and the sons follow. Some of the mothers are the ones struggling with the children left at home. I'm really begging that let this trend change in Terego if we want to see change and honor our father in a very special way. Because we have this slogan that do not zobo, do not let zodikini, children must be brought up in a responsible way. Are we going to honor that to remember him? It's my question, and it is the assignment I'm leaving for each one of us. Let's go home and reflect on all this. Mr. Speaker, due to time, I want to rest my case there, and I pray that his soul rest in eternal peace. He has done his part, he has done the best. May the angels receive him, and may he rest in eternal peace. For God and my country, I beg to submit.
Thank you. Take the microphone to Luga, Mayor.
Right Honorable Speaker, your colleagues, the Deputy, the LC5 Chairman, the City Mayor, the Senior Presidential Advisor, the technical team, my colleagues, the family of the Leopard of Western Nile, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Amabua, Mayor. Speaker, I do not know that I will have this kind of chance, but I want to thank you that you have given me this. Right Honorable Speaker, I am not new to the late donor. I have few memories about him. When Terego was the chairman of the district, and the lady was the vice chairman, the two will use me as their own to buy things in town. Today, I think majority of people see me as young as I am, but I am now 57 years old. These are leaders that used me very, very closely, and today I am a leader because of Tona. I fondly still remember him, more specifically in '93, when central government tested the devolution of power, the decentralization was tested under his leadership. The whole country, by then the districts were only 56 or 46 around there. So decentralization was tested under the leadership of late Tona in '93. And it was piloted in Aivu sub-county. I think it was very, very perfect. Lady performed that one excellently. And today when you see decentralization take its effect, it is because of Lady Tona. In '94 was, I can still remember, was one SFG, the school's facilities grant, was equally tested under his leadership. And the community action plan. Those were really issues, projects that the lady Tona effected it perfectly. I remember there were only limited schools in Terego municipality. Fortunately, the schools were only Arua Primary, Arua Public, Niva, and the core of the Uli division, which is more of the Ringa and the Muslim community, didn't go to school because to admit you in Arua Public, in Niva, I mean in Awinter Primary and Arua Hill was a tug of war. So most of the schools were started as community schools in Uli division. So this was Lady Tona who took the SFG schools facility grant resources to those community schools like Asro Primary, schools like Uli parents, Arua parents, schools like Swalihin. Those were schools that today, if you see the enrollment, is because today, if you see the Muslim community, specifically the Ringa community, it is because of Tona. This hero, we will never miss him. We will continue to miss you. We will continue to remember you. I remember in 1994, when the rebels were all over, more specifically in Yumbe, it was late Tuna who took the mantle to go and meet the rebels in Roto, bordering South Sudan. He did that one diligently with the current senior presidential advisor, Buga Yasin Matata. Eventually, it turned a different issue on Buga, who ended up in Luzira. So, this was a peacemaker, a peace lover, a gallant son of the Uganda, a gallant son of the region. So, specifically for us as an Eringa and the Muslim community, we will continue to remember you. I said this probably over the weekend with the chairman of Yumbe, that the Eringa, the present day Eringa, the Yumbe Council must have a specific council, very special council to remember Tunato. I think they will discuss with this with the speaker, and shortly that special council will take effect in Eringa in Yumbe, because we have personal attachment to Muse. When you see an Eringa having personal attachment with the Terego, there's a background. There's a background. I remember in the first week of September, I led a team to his home in Idofia, we were in Congo. If you see the visitors book, you will see my name and the signature there. I went with the assistant RDC, assistant the RCC, Job Matwan, to meet Muse, and he was in a terrible situation, he was coughing. So I think we met the daughter. She's there. We took about an hour there, and really we realized the situation was not good. So today, the country must emulate what Dona did. To the people of Terego, and Gumei meeting in Mitundagodi will be the backfire for you people, the Terego people. Learn from Dona. Personally, I have personal attachment with Muse. As I said earlier, there is personal attachment with Muse. Actually, I narrowly missed your son, your sister, Afako Ngagabugo. I personally missed Afako because I wanted to cement that relationship of Terego, but it is not too late. So I really want to thank the people of Terego. You have inculcated leadership. There is leadership in Terego. There is leadership in Terego people. But I pray that emulate Muse. May the souls of Tuna, may the souls of Tuna Togo, may the souls of the Lion of Western Nile, the Leopard of Western Nile, rest in peace. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Buga Mayor, for your tribute. And towards your closer, you made some commitments. I think the rest will be sorted in the evaluation.
Inshallah.
I think the family members around, they have taken good note of your last speech. And I will bear the witness at all costs. I think that summarizes tribute from the side of the council. And this takes me to the gallery. The list is long, and I request that we at most use 3 minutes each. Earlier on I read the list. I want to start by inviting our chairperson, Park, Terego District Local Government, Seraphine Aria, to pay a tribute to this council sitting.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and all the protocol observed. I should actually have been seated on the other side because I partly stayed with the Amabua family
when in Interior Primary School, the youth who are these days enjoying don't know what to went through, but there was some cassava called Opilesia. That cassava you eat with the soup, the next day you will have the masses. I don't know how they call it. So every time I would be down with the Opilesia, Donna would tell me to go and rest. And the madam, the lady would prepare for me porridge. So indeed, on behalf of the Public Accounts Committee, I want to say we are saddened by this death, but we are also happy that he has lived a beautiful life. He has lived a full life. From what Mr. Achidi said, Donna has not left any debts. And really, if somebody comes afterwards and says he had a problem with the Donna, then we shall question the mind of that person. For sure, as we develop, I think we need to see a number of lessons to be learned from Mose Donna. The success of the children, as Mr. Achidi rightly said, is because he told the children the truth. These days, many of our children believe soda grows in the fridge. Going to the garden with a hoe is a sign of poverty, is a sign of redundance, but you can see the results were reaping. The other time I was driving from Germany via Obongi. I tried to count these roadside sofas. I stopped counting. You see very able-bodied youth, and it is raining, they are standing, sitting. And when I reached one day, there is one there I reached, and I stopped there. The boys told me, today we are resting. I said, why? Why don't you go to dig? Today we are resting. And up to now, I still go sometimes and stop to greet those boys. Because we changed. I think as leaders, we need to study a lot. Something appears to be happening that maybe we have not taken time to study. This culture of youth sitting redundantly by the roadside and looking for politicians to say, Gala Doyoa, we must stop it. Or if there are those who can understand beyond what we are reasoning, we should be able to get these boys and see how we can help them. I think there is a trend coming before we realize, I think there's going to be a problem. So I think, Mr. Speaker, Donna has been, as I told you, partly my father. And when I wedded, I invited him to be my father, and he was. He traveled to Germany. He stood as my father during the wedding. And actually, he was the first person to give money for the wedding. When I came from Germany and told him, Mose, I'm going to wed, he gave money. I've attended very many wedding meetings, and I've been the best man for very many weddings. But I've never seen where you collect money more than what your budget was. And that was what I collected. More than what we budgeted as a wedding committee. So, really staying with the Donna, and starting from him, taking his words, push you ahead. Mr. Speaker, allow me to give part of my time to a colleague. There is an NGO that has been using us to assess and train local councils. We have Mr. Mark Tivu. He was also the Secretary for Finance when Donna was the LC5 chairperson. He would just want to use one or two of the minutes that I have not used. With your permission, Mr. Tivu, you're welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I googled to find out what does the name Donato mean. It is from Latin donatus, a gift. And I question myself, Amabua, which means he lost his predecessors, but he was given as a gift and given the name Donatus. And his behavior or character was Donatus, the gift of God, for the people of Uganda, for the people of West Nile, and the people of Terego. I worked with the Donato as his secretary for finance. I took over from Brigadier Barnabas Kili. And therefore, I had close interaction with him, together with the Matata Buga, who was his secretary for security. I want to give you information. Because of this, there is a road from also that bridge from Achinji, which joins the Ochiba Church. I deliberately named that road Amabua Donata Road. I used my prerogative powers when I was in authority and planning, because I wanted my area to be leased. So I went to Ministry of Lands. I said I want my area there planned because it was naive. They said, now you give roads there. Can you call it Tivo? I said, no, I'm young. The road there must be called Donato Amabua. And I'm going to write and put it on something, and it will indicate it there, Donato Amabua Road, for his leaders. Two, I named the junction Brigadier Toko, because these were two important personnel in West Nile. When we joined council in 1992, Matata Buka got us an intelligent information that they wanted to find out what parties we were. And we were mostly from DP. Because Donato was very flexible, he said he is no longer DP, he's an NRL. And because of that, President Museveni selected him to go to Italy to meet the Pope. And they brought Kwam. And Kwam said we should choose a project. We chose Oli Health Center to be a health center for. That was the thinking of Amabua. That is the man who is lying there. My relationship with the Donato started with the bridge trees. Because I had a younger brother who impregnated one of his brother's daughter. So when the news was that Amabua was coming to settle the matter, he's an LC5. My father sent me from Koko because I was teaching in Koboko. The news was that he was going to bring police and take us to police. So I reached my brother's home, and some Terego, I think from Marifia came. We gave them chairs, they refused to sit. Because they said they are waiting for Donna, who was coming with the tender. You know tender? That time it was a vehicle of the police to come to take us. We waited until Terego, when Amabua came alone without the police, she asked the girl, Zonga Adunya, Kin Wafari Batinya? Kin Batima, Kin Adibana, Kin my uncle Ban. Donatini, if a ma the Zamba wrote Kati Tribo by Yaroya. It will be a cool Fema, the Zamba. Just 1 minute, we got married. And when he went for his cows, he did very unique thing. My father had prepared 6 cows to give to the Terego. Amabua went with his only cow, and the offerer, without knowing that we were going to give him cows. When we gave him the 6 cows, Amabua ordered his cow to be slaughtered and the beer to be prepared. Very unique traditional man. Where will it happen? You have not seen the cows, but you will bring yours to slaughter. The girl has 6 children for us. Thank you for giving us a wife. This is the man. That's why I took personal effort to come here. And when I was in council, and that time the law was, if you are a civil servant, you should resign. I was teaching in Mvara. The DC came, there was somebody who came and said that the executives must resign, those who are civil servants. Amabua said, were you the ones who elected them? These people were elected by the people, you don't resign. He told me not to resign. And he said, I should go to teach. I went to teach. And he said he will talk to Adutia to put me very early in the morning. He talked to Adutia, I will teach at 7:30 to 9 o'clock. At 11, I will be in his office. I taught and produced the result in economics and environment. Nobody has ever produced that result. Courtesy of Amabua. May your soul rest in peace. Thank you.
Thank you very much for sharing all that experience. And this particular time, I want to invite Council Sitting to pay his tribute.
Right Honorable Speaker and members of your council, all invited guests, members of the gallery, including the family members, the bereaved family members. I will not say much because it's already late. Now, in terms of age, Dunau could be my father or even grandfather. But in terms of culture, he's actually my grandson. Because Ima Andre is from Aogo clan, which I come from. So that is my sister. And that is why our families have been very close. And that is the reason why, like the son correctly said, when there was need for us to give a bit of land, we happily did so, because he was our grandson. Now, the late Dunau was a very close personal friend. In terms of, apart from this relationship, he was also a very close personal friend of my late father. In fact, when both of them were still strong, many times I would find my father either at Agoloko, or they would be together at my father's home. So that is how close they were. In fact, the last time I spoke to him physically, he was unfortunately blind already. He could only recognize people by their voices. So when I spoke to him, he actually thought he was speaking to his friend, my father. Until I corrected him, because I saw the conversation he was bringing up was not of my level. It's as if he was talking. So I had to remind him that, by the way, you're not talking to us about the senior, you're talking to junior. Then he said, okay, that's when in fact, when he said that we quickly everything, we didn't have much more to talk. Because other than exchanging pleasantries, we didn't have much in common because of the big age gap. So we're here to celebrate the life of a great son of the soil. Of course, we say it's 95, but if you're a mathematician, you round that off 100. So for somebody to live to close to 100 years is something worth celebrating, not mourning. So we're not here to mourn, but we're here to celebrate the life of a great son of not only Terego, but West Nile and the country as a whole. That is why many of us were very happy that this road had been named Amabua Road. Because at least whenever we use it, I know I'm walking on my grandson's road. We started hearing some rumors that they are going to change the name of the road. Mr. Speaker, I'm not a member of this council, so I don't know whether questions at this point can be allowed. Is that rumor true?
And why?
I'm praying with all my heart and soul that it's not true. That it is just a rumor started by village drunkards, not serious people. Because we know that naming roads and other important avenues is a function of council. So it is my prayer that that rumor is not true. For us, we know this road as a Donato Amabua Road. And for that, we thank the council very much. Because before he had even died, the council had already taken recognition of the service he had rendered to this district, because we know that many times such honors are given to people when they have already died. But he was lucky that even when he was still alive, he was bestowed with that privilege and honor, and we hope it shall be maintained. With those few words, allow me to thank you all for joining us in celebrating the life of a great son of the soil, our default.
Thank you very much for your position and the question as well. Just treat it as a rumor. The road remains Donato Amabua Road. We have Honorable Wena in our midst. No, it is very difficult to control an active politician when it comes to the pursuit of the microphone. But I will request that we balance with time.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. It is a rare opportunity, as my colleague Buga earlier on shared. I never thought an opportunity like this would open its window for me to say a word about late Muzee, in whose hand I personally grew. I want to take this opportunity to recognize the respective elders and sons of this district, and the Terego in particular. Allow me to go straight and speak preferably in the local language. Right Honorable Speaker, Muzee late Donato, my family be, my family member, amanya de school ndiri already, amambinga sudanya rodi, baba taya yotaro, de Katolikani, mimu Katolika pe school, de Islamuni, mimu Islam pe school. So amanyanga wafana nisi, baba tamadua yotaro school Katolika arebe ndiri alera, inzobe ndiri aleo. Amata diako wafare amabe muskulu wa ndire dile sa mudiri utis sala sindiria ansika ambamba because of performance ansika bidadri amabe school ale. So therefore amotoni molanzia bazidiko. So sara ma area ama madripi digapie Amadi pedika mitonga bora, madi pe odato telpe mudite, our first son amidira. Adika kitu ama klasi etolo. So ala pelo ma Muzee family member. Sa dia sa ina ni bo. Bar bena olange basa zirisi bo. Adika diki diko wa mafe diko. Mabe winana. Kwatara. Tasi Muzee ma okuwa zeribo ara. Ina gredele yubo. Ango alizo ndire dia agoroko diari. Ili aliru. Amanzo mwina na sipiende dilo. Ungusi amanzo mwina na pekitro. Amaterombe abakombe pe. Inga dribo. Banombe. Aha. Odi amaterombe pe di. Amabenzo mwina na agoroko dia. So apa di fema sela alelo badi mini Muzee ansi kipialele mboti imani iri Muzee wi apa di duwi dileko te ni dona ore ama okorema bazi diga fa fe yanzi ni sarisi ripipieji ini ngafe ini iti irimi te Muzee wi di oko ameka Muzee timu mudiro wabo ba mingi Muzee ni pirari sa tunani atezo LC tauro LC bali ale roe mini sa bani sende usuzorisi Terego iti dona ofisi tiru ali be di clear mu sende i Mose Dunadri, Amatabete and Zumu, Kurina, Elido Amandrerani, Idila Oidoriako, Ba Amadore Raboriga Senyanse, Idita Zotuleka, Idi Mudlani, Mose Widi Okoi, Mose Lebatria, take lele. Mose Maifu, what was very funny Mose very, Mose Maifu, Adu Mose Andre Kura, but he and Rua Mabeta, Mad Visiti Nizora, the one year. Recently, Amua Digabe, and the Andra, Idimamuruko Revo, Kini Poa Lipa U. When I finish in Yahuba, what I had about the So, Mose, Mr. Tivuni Zoradini, Mose was a special giving. I don't think there is a character that we can see anywhere near that we can cope from the way Mose lived his life. For this, Mose, you have gone. Soon we shall join with you. Rest in eternal peace.
Thank you very much. That takes me to Asain Antoa Tranimati.
Our default to speaker, familia, mata be donato Amabua today, Oreba Zili Tibe, speaker, our default minute, Tata Rose, Sitara, Ita Lara Irizizo, Buku Mungwar Aru, Wapa Zima Ala Asa. Marca Pini che è tutti il visore se Gesù Mugiru Pavosare ed io che hai da razze a Madri Pizzandra Draco Gesù Gio Edrene Baghe i pirare ed Sadraco Badra Pira e i pirare e Ingawi Dio Ani rojo de vangalo waro atrama de ojoris. Pamuke mungo ipira tonale de faze amane joy di dru. Ifine pamungo ipirare de tato drare de awetero ngoni ujomo ke ni ona kudu do arse amojomo ke rezidu ujomo ke mate pitona ne odise ya tato drazora ti awe edero ujo ampo Yesu ne muso dra marta pietri pier aruri edede mata pidila ramongo to di badini ma ale oko de adela le pake idri de aniozo mungu lezo vini pake lezo resieli di buo Yesu ne ndra de na kudu do re bari kizito uzi di tiru pa zeri kizita malaza yo maruzi pa zeri kizita uzo muke ite rezorizi karuda zizi di a imbapi fizo buele ba wado kan ko ide tani usuzo le ba wado ile baki ile mungu ile baki afadi ma atapi amatapi amane piro tonani ona kudu do radi ide pa mokela amo ide betri sangir ile tala dia kalurom granada o official really afiezi etoti as a young officer ngazi de tro ide baba rero tanti mitatromatiene ba amusu pili berare meso igaro ve marusiko ide amongo opi Upiro arusi, surta mani aivuru di mo yaba kaori. Oto asili afuaga dia anzi afu biudir pitiru. Andua aivula kori di do ni ko areba. Ili amaru mani adre I upiro serisi. Maidi fufulero reto. Amoti di betie ina aziki anedeki. Sazia Amamu Kampala kile mani West Nile adrenalo pakwache dela ko andra pere ale we afu we si pa paki doktor ndo ola mani ozo azia matani kudirke idimina ne debe tipi ndeni de ale andra uniba we das bizi pa fe paki ngwari jo mani kina Lera ile rumne keba. Amadu ya rumah koi kasi ini perandro. Tuna mudra koi ko zo di zo. Andro asi tadi yani tu viewer sasa di bawah dikit. Dia ada doban di nizo angger wasna ya. Iri Mose odozi imba piru. Baik saya usul bila boy ma piru asa bicerero inga ranzi aga kala fangers school repiti ndire tiroli ria one day angude pere rigale wolo primary bami andrundre wara modi der dela school di piru tesa disi school di piru zate zadosi bale ki uzo di zoku ba ki dirara Uzoki ore geria mani school di pinis lingi fezo pos fezor sako UPE grande diru idre diunza per capita expenditure le elana idiru alif career afaba boreki ni kuri. That's why pato pia riki yanzi di private school ichoki diara ikida ipi muka tazikiko ibiwa oto ibiule yani. So amontuki school diki mari piwana zomo lera nziki sana iskle so zako oloma stories Dr. Amandu aki mwanda la rutiro ya ndire ya bo du Amandu personal ya Amandu ya balako zikobo ko ale biteru aden dia diki ore on so pa manya vidi ilibata sipira otu ya ore kite muke to udu ya sani tamani zorari ma ba isiko mani ni risiri bo ya rapa lala ba instarula roba kira amato to zuri do ngiri fulisi tesa sadoko amato tu mero mungu zisasi dele azimu ke ya ngadi se ma fedre ba family dini kufla dini ma fe ili ruwa la azi ili ngana kudulu ili na we deko azi ki family members ma deki kile our friend amares.
Thank you very much. I have the protocol to follow that allow me to invite the Lord Mayor of Orua City based on commitment that he has behind himself to give us his tribute so that we release him to go for other duties. Honorable Sam Makun, take this opportunity to invite you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and the August House, the bereaved family, distinguished honors, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sam Nyaku. I'm the mayor of Orua City. I was once LC5 chairman of the Greater Arua. That Greater Arua did not include Yumbe, it did not include Koboko and Maracha. But Terego, Maniokolo, Fora, Aivu, and Arua municipality were part of that Arua district I'm talking about. Mr. Speaker, I have not come to mourn Mzee Donato. Rather, for me, I have come to celebrate him. People like Donato don't die. They remain multiplying into thousands of positive lives. And this has already been enumerated. This has already been enumerated by several former speakers who have spoken before me. Mr. Speaker, Amabua Larry Draniko Rui Palioja Parini Rao Quamvede Amabua now Quamvede and she refile Ritira Erneo Ferra Bay Padio Divus Amabua now Quamvede Madramadia Gani Yoku Bate no la Kaka dia ni maitri or losura divus. Ikadra Musea Mabon drat elect the resumia of Fenianti Kumidran do be war. Midran Dumbolo Bamirun Zea, she's all about Nasu Bisas. Ramavutia Dio. Ikadra the Miaumi and your fair, Mabon of Fed Leco. Mi rua da ni Jodioi, Kadama Hurle of the Jodioi. Mi career Rio. But yet, as soon as I was going to Jordan near Rio. Like a Kora. I would let Banbani. I'm Mushunico Munka, nearly fed some Kalero told happy. I'm Mushunico. Ama vile dia West Nancy P. Terego Nalendi at the city indi Unita Maunbonville. And we pure Tilimas, the Awarera, Amabua, Tatenga, Bana, Faera, Korean, Mufu, Tiosu, Madipi, German, Sakawe, Billiard, and Jagaku, Alfred and Jamavle, Terego, and Jamavle, Arua, Greta Rua, West Nile, Wadi, on Duaco Corusico, and Jagaku at the school affair near Tita Change in typical. Send the take a bit any effect, I send it or Pochaku. Send it I Charles UP Capital on the Great Grand and Charia Korea. Send it a Cavani remove Rube by your percentage DPC. They send it the Pitur materials by Madania Fadi. They send it the Pitur materials by Mangania City. There are marvelous school Maria and Baba Pari lying to a cool John Baba Quataro. Mbapin laughing yet up and again was found the Kili UP Capital Grand Body Yodare, Chani Jolly Shizuku. There are Yabakati Yokini, Gamete of a Sendebo, Bama, he sent the typical Evokundi, Maparin Neba, already decide. The beam in 2 years. Au fema tambaba da do bolo dia uoro. Sende primary ya da mechote ofera. Eteka di uban de dileria. Ama yore sende primary ya ba mo fe kuriaria. Sa sin se ba di sabada mazi ewa chamiaru bani de ola su ola si akufisidi kan de do singal fu turto wi angoni yani. Ba i chok jera. Uki alumali azin spa si cho pare nara kan kuirira. E kan pale na singali fo si turta uni. Te sende pani le azin si mi mfama yosi mi u primary ya dare. E singali fu to uni temu alumalia. Ya mani okina malioni riye. Akamle fiziko amabe mvindu nduru ba ye mu die le sa ne si weria inga ofisi amable dia do dura. Yo di banzeni kayo dinje mani njedle bazi ikati mi opposition ni ikati na re mo no fun kini yo afadi ri nfe ba mo nfe ri eka kan kuini ni ko chako ama mzee mamvi achitibegieni ama na tu agieni si sasa sisi ni umavuindi sasa mamvunia sasa madua manzuri fu mvuo sidala ama tutra mafatiri nyadasi sasa sisi amavundi nzumavuindi ama ndia chitibegiero ma chitivua koda chisadia sadia katsadavo odua lwaluma nuzudarisi remeli dia mamuze ne revujwa ama muze vujwa ya ama milenia asafu tersia chikamendo kiozir ne bwa iko mirufu sana kina wazio bil malia babenza saru miesi mambamba enga kililenga mini chonkarari mini chonga kureku ni ma semi aleni yaku ama disibada au tina masaka tsabo amamu so muze be ko chidivusi ameta dina giero sasa sisi mtu ni afufi azife kile mambo ya form ni mabili asakani lakini mwa tirunga chi ama vina ndroa lu ile dada so bawo dilere drani tema yo wole woro ku au kuina mvende otalu parini ejo muzende ndio dogo mini fizali nya bodi mu ibetile achi ma ejo mali yo shizuri politics va sars ban mu atwane ni adi ale te miawe miku mi ba Terego doadi mi ngui miku miawe miku voti babe kare ando ampele ba di piere babe va do simbodu modin tosidi ba lu site babe modin tosi ma ticha man saka vile babe ni bodu kali ni risi elu sina vile babe na mavutia odu ni ka ti debo vuti ni ami adiye mi Terego adia ekebi ti onji ayo ekebi yo pampa wazurunga ekebi fitina nje kambe ni ruyi watine yo alanku ngui mi ko voters mangui mi voters ru ngui mi papa so bali na yosiku candidate ka mi osumu so achocho so adata odazo egasi candidate nder kanera e wadi yo mamu bodani asuna amani ganira kan de dia muaje boda kan de dia muaje achocho amani ganibe mi pasi lipa maure iri asiri tuluru asiri karo mi adata oda mi achocho vutinia mi lulu ngao mi sile pade betale aku agapir kan parliament lebo ikanzi ngo posiko pamangubako panga politics muke asko politics mavutia ko yetrichi amate onjera be Christine bedia merita ya di politics ya sebo ma de futu se ruele soro ma stilo yoga kwalies tika ba se seba kutiba bakacha akora tika ba se ta ba iru bakani marua ermisebili tiesi oni tiesi e kafi ni agati di ovruoro ai simi to de dal ni ate so aku bakanira mato mangau da mangu mario sembe toto tadi mate ye yonje siso asko ma teacher man sakante yonjera kaka amate de oba wore tu maruan do ma yo do commission ma meeting azini chi ma njwale ni aruna le awar fo emini muzee ni njila fezu denga poli muzee tra kwersi dido aja mboni sanga dini kili imesulu angalo vado yi mesulu angavado asin kan da ba da ni otafiri marusi sanda bani district ya fusu bedersi marachada lakini bani fe eyo mbashiri mesulu angare vado askona mauda parmi mitrara kaka ba fera ba fe kwari mitoti niku so ba le dikiwere man ni muze ni mafali muze mali aba muke achi tusime chonga sinse abi muze ni sari akora al school rima council as special literature kate ter diomen jura tadi ikade mane ko filipini yonde kumara terme mipie our four teachers asi e mi família ro e mi chiti família ambo ler malia afaro ban so tu alu tistani mani garsi mi you have an iron hand mi chidiru you have an iron hand mi okuna anjili ki kumili jebolle iyo musema fitie diare mamu iditile for God and my country.
Thank you very much, Mayor, for your tribute. I also want to give this opportunity to our senior presidential advisor to pay his tribute. Because I'm reliably informed you also have commitments behind you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. The rule of the speaker, the committee, but the speaker. English, David, near Bambari. Look at that, and you met an English lady. Madame Zeramo, Maruma Tata. They don't say Maruma Tata. Yasi the Buga. Matatara a German so possibility. Yasina Coradeyo cat Unzia Muka Majora. Buga at the married date. What is the problem? So, Mr. Speaker, I'm a graduate. I studied English in Zach, I don't care. But the material level of without something can you reach there? Ale yoke zero luna. Aloma time let us pray for Dr. Amabua. Bari Mungu ba uzidini, Mungu sa yes. Iri and honorable men. Tadi Mamu President Museveni Z Maracha roadblocks. Roadblock and remain Nangazo, ya pere yubea, almost wrong. Ah, Muzo Kaya Aro. As the Muzei, Aki have been in the massacre of Mbarara, Musu roadblock here. Amudin in Bali, Musu roadblock Yaro. Here, Mabude, we in Uganda, here, dead and you keep them at the action. As the Martana, Muzei Domani. But I remove them. I show you pity for the my railroad block war. Like any me chart our for the fact we need there. That's the truth. The dear Amabua move. Iri is the president at the band of Joba is Iri one Josity, but the men that your LC Baskilisi. Andorf Jokiba fait fils direct parce qu'elle est une joto. Il dit fils de la fête comme un petit parce qu'il Amabua ou Odama parce que la boucan sur la parce que la fan est très agoudi. Et your body man learn to miniri and Sakira the kid were repeating the same thing but in different ways. Kiri Terego. Eme Todados. Afazi the NRM movement. As the FDC Federation. As the DP. As the UPC. Pami and Ray Opi, such NRM in the UPC. Pami and Ray, you have to get the NRM as in the DP. Atagumin FDC manager Federation in Gabriel NRM. Kiza was the first political commissar. Amuja the first logistics officer. Like in the Joy party there. I'm not telling you that time me job here the buzzing reply. Me Madia, where are you? Mayor, I was city already. Then they use Manda Defense Secretary, Councilor, Sam Abundance. And it had it, Misala did with Yak, Lemu Terego. Because against that same account of the bet, government remarked the people against the cost. I ordered them to bet for him. Mother looked to pick it and Terego, wait! Then they use it. Like Amura has been so chairman, movement in the city, like in near from Wadi Niku. Now, as a day, a message kid opposition, but the kid the word opposition for the only interest in the network. So you may for the attack, but the kid the Manda a being. But they been there looking so that I have video for rescue. Can I do a lot of Azima Afa, Bazima city room? Like it in you Afazam gay above something can a minister or any or a Tibu Walaki. Tibu means that is so good. Or okay on fire, I'm sure it's so. Don't face a minute, I don't know. Tibuda was my Secretary of Finance, Manda Secretary of Security, Secretary General Madri Asrafwe, Dona Amacheme. Very cool. Dona Drimudia, America, Gavais. Mr. Chairman, Dona Gavais, Papa, my chairman, of my security secretary. Dona America for 3 weeks. I wish they would be here. Afamwa Bestima Asuma Govus Afai Idenda Abania Amu Afambulaki Anzeke Ifida because they applied by the Vikila Maliban of the fair. If you will put aside the commission, assistant commission like Franco. Amu cholo ziti data bazi during the melisera pada chawa rabo mvede adia. How you do it? I get out. I saw a fight. I saw Franco. I waited they were here. As even it's Sunday. And I mean, then be over. Sasso da Museve ne leko human resource. I could end up a Museve. I get out. I saw Buddha. Buddha says is a big man in Tebe. 5 minutes dedicate me take a money Terego West Nile Amasedomoke. Lucky they been Munguzu, Emioda, Emerite, but it differs a minute Terego and other ones of Kidia. O Corina Agagubi, as a government are there, it will be plus. It could not kilo. Politics just a few days. Tell ma after Pijomani, ma vapi no etere. Ma etere. Like all allegations say Farkega, Amu Atafa, Amu Luzerara, Lekini, Missionia, Mate Pesiti, General Mustafa Mujo, President, Funga Toto Ibure. Dr. Faja Usikuda Muchan. Like in Pamin Renda, Jopia Money or Leponjiriki. Clear almost out of 7, 6 or 6 feet. Let go the Varela. I'm not a Kiko. I'm not going to find myself here. So, problem money in the Terego Siri. 11 Pazimet Simi. What Fazimin there? Nyakudi Mama Neo. Palo mama elo mungu iwa. Miro de milo ata your man in Zedi mungu defend. The tea diabo off. You are gone. Actually, the word for many Mosema history in the Jesus. Moseda in the demi me tapidi. Like Moseda in the Batalman over my mamba. A family let me for it. If it see me too, the two alone. Ale mena Mosema it at the Santare, Baba Muki never me would eat. At Magani, Afari, I was not going to talk, but I said they are okay. Master Dimanera, my dead bodies. But otherwise, please, Mongo Mokos. Don't have Amabua in an eddy. Or Comongo this. Then only go to heaven. Because I could be up as a payer. But the job would be up at a still I will stand in for it. I find it Lebaki to allo. Baki to allo. Mr. Speaker, what for many? And the Terego move ready, a minute or four. I'm a man, I'm a man to sit there. What for me? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the wonderful tribute. Now I'll take this honor to invite our former women member of parliament, Honorable Christine Lemie, pay her tribute. Nida jivutia mata kasiano ne ida mani mudise trasebo.
Right Honorable Speaker, the family, the council, and the gallery. At my age, it's very difficult to talk about a man of Honorable Donata's stage. However, as a young politician, when I first met him, it was during a rally at Agoroko. When I came with Cassiano Wadi, he was actually looking for the person who was a candidate. And that time I think I was half my size. And the people of Terego had been told that I was a Congolese, because that time I had worn a Congolese sort of outfit, a Kitenge outfit. And because of my size, it was presumed that I would not be able to speak a lot. But when the time came and I spoke, Baba was so impressed that he acknowledged me and said, I'm sure you will win. But one thing struck me, his humility. Most politicians in Terego, whether they are flag holders, flag bearers, sitting members of parliament, councillors and whatnot, what we are known of is nothing short of arrogance. That's why all the speakers who have spoken before me are asking and they are requesting politicians of Terego to love one another, to respect one another, to avoid nasty language. Mr. Speaker, sir, this is a negative image for the district. Because this is not the politics we left behind. We left politics of purpose, politics of unity, politics of progress. That is what we left behind. But today, we witness unbearable content. For example, your primaries here, the NRM primaries. When some candidates lost here, some of you organized mock burials. How can that be of a land known to be the land of educated people? What education is that? Is that what we're learning from our father? Ladies and gentlemen and honorable members here, for you to win, somebody lost. For somebody to win, you will also lose. So be prepared for the future of acknowledging loss. At this material time, you should actually be asking, if I lost today or tomorrow, what will I be doing? Will I be at pains with the electorate? It is very disturbing, I can tell you, Mr. Speaker, sir, that everywhere across West Nile we are known for this negative energy. And I think today, Muse is lying here telling all of us, particularly the politicians, that we should up our game. We should be humble. Because this job is for 6 months. You will be lucky to have it for 120 months. And if you lose, and you've been abusing people, you have been organizing mock burials. Friends, this world is said to be wrong. You might meet some of the people you are mocking today in a place where you need them most. What will you say? So please, negative energy in politics, bad language, hatred, please stop it. You have to stop this. What example are we showing to the generation? Speaker after speaker has said that in a way or the other, the late had an impact. What kind of impact are we making as politicians of Terego? Are we role modeling our children into this kind of leadership? Today is the day that on these grounds, we shall make an undertaking as politicians to do better than we're doing now. If you are planning to be nasty in your campaigns, today is the day to leave that here. In honor and respect for Baba. He lived a dignified life. And God gave him 95 years or so. The big man told me to round it to 100. Because of decency, because of humility, because of hard work, because of love. Now, if you're not a loving politician, friends, you're going to face it. Some of us, when we lost elections, because of what we used to talk on radio, particularly advising people to work hard, they said, and I was very emphatic to them that, and I will never lack because I'm a teacher. Where will you be? After 15, after 20 seconds, after the other days? Be planning the exit, because as you come in, you should be planning the exit. Before us lies a teacher, in the real sense of the word teacher. If only there were 10 of him in our current generation, I don't think the Terego we are talking about would be the Terego now. See? Hardworking, humble, not corrupt at all. But he was working during a time when all these investigative arms of government were not as they are now. Today is even more witch hunting than what? Investigations. Yes? So who are we? What are we? What is this Terego today? You take pride in being honorable. You go back to your own primary schools. How many children passed last year? Honorable councillors. In your very schools where you went, including me, I'm asking myself that same question. Teregos, we educated people. We know who is educated in Terego right now. You go to Muni University and find the statistics of how many children of Terego are there. There shall come a time when they would say that the LC1 chairperson of a certain village must be a graduate. I can tell you we shall be importing LC1 chairpersons here in Terego. With time, why? Our children are looking after the roads no one is stealing. And we're laid back. Yes? Utonde amate, amadobena diadini, amadon zila gabite, zila papi kuba nzini odukuri, and that is what we are doing. Meanwhile, elsewhere, progress is being made day by day. Parents are serious about their children's education. Honorable councillors, how many of you here have gathered people in your parishes to talk about education? How many? In your 5 years? How many of you have done that? At your own parish level, have you organized an education conference? You're going to the voters. What accountability are you giving? I remember, I was in India Primary School. We had Terego Development Forum first launch there. And Amabua and the one from, I don't remember his name now. They were all here. And the emphasis was clear. Terego, reclaim your glory as the education hub. We don't have that. Mr. Chairman, sir, through you, Mr. Speaker, this issue of reviving the education of the people of Terego is very, very urgent. The men I see here are retiring. Sydney and him, Seraphine, Martin, and these are the young people. These days the years run so fast. Where is the replacement? We need to do an audit as Terego people. Who are the Terego people placed in civil service right now? If the position fell vacant today as a commissioner, who do you second and say, you know what, this is one of my own recommended for this position? Do that audit. You realize that every day some of us don't sleep because you go to the UPDF, who are our generals or high-ranking officers from Terego 0. You go to the police force, you don't see them there. You go to the prison segment, you don't see them there. You go to Ministry of Finance, you are wondering whether there will be a Terego there. When you come to the Ministry of Agriculture, you don't see them, you find a few in Naro. So what is that? As a politician, what are you analyzing? Many times you just sit there and say, yes, seconded. What are you seconding? Do you know your budget? What is the current district budget? Where is your ceiling going? How many recruitments are going to be done? And who is being recruited? Who is this person who is coming here to take charge of your accounts? Do you know the profile of this person? Have you done a thorough background check? Are you walking to the PS with this head up and saying, Mr. PS, there is a character deficiency in this accounting office and I don't want him here? Check what you do. Do you understand your job? If you do. Thank you very much. Otherwise I will go on and on. Finally.
Very well, but you summarize.
Yes, finally, Mr. Speaker, sir. The gentleman lying before us today has spoken to the people of Terego, particularly the politicians, to do their job. You have 4 critical roles in legislating. Very simple. You make your ordinance here, you enforce it, and say, you know what, this is the roadside looking after something. Every child must be at school. Enforce this. Yeah? Your representative role is pertinent. You should go to the communities and tell them why it is important and urgent that the children are in classrooms. Mr. Speaker, sir, I honor the man lying before me. He has taught me one thing, humility. That if you're humble, you're generous, and you love people, God will bless you with a long life. Baba, may the angels receive you. May your legacy continue to live not only on this road, but in the hearts of the people of Terego. May they understand that it was only through education that you are able to raise an enviable family. A family that stands united today and is giving you a decent value because you invested in education. May you rest in peace.
Thank you very much, Honorable Christian, for your tribute. I think I gave you much more time, simply because, in my opinion, you were speaking on your behalf, on behalf of Kasiano Ward. And this takes me to invite the district chair to give a final tribute to this particular time. Our chair, you are welcome.
The Honourable Speaker and members of the August House, the Brimley family, and all the mourners in your various capacities. I will speak both as a person who is in the government and two, as a pupil who studied in Diria when Jose Dona was the head teacher. And I think I will base myself much more on the latter. and I will speak in Luba because I attended a function in Lamo, a national function. CIO's chairman spoke in Acholi. LC1 spoke in Acholi. The priest celebrated the mass in Acholi. Olaro Tunu speaks the most concentrated English spoke in Acholi. The Chief Justice spoke in Acholi. The Chief Guest, Honorable Minister for Refugees, Honorable Engineer Hilary Onek spoke in Acholi. That's the love they have for their language. And for that matter, I'm going to speak in my language. Mose Duna ili amamingi dia alipiditri ale asiri. Ududa sibajo anda ndiri ale bati skeleton yazi kati P7 na kati echi. Idi disi because tayabo automatically miaga first grade. Ado there is a code pax trumu P7 li ndiri ale. Odu amani P7 resort si Odu ani briefing ozori si mawe na matiku cheba ruani majole anojoke ari kubazi lorani ku amachada oji 3 nari Mose was in total command mi atiji jako if he test the aleko and indeed the antikifi Adrama mwezi janda amu eti janda treti jaucho yusu ndiye dako onzoro ke janda bada driere eti janda eti jaucho yusuku afalera de banga pala kubali eti ja lakini muke yarore I think it was Adiga's mother who was there afamuke yarore eti jidicho nduruchi the delivery di dayo muye kole amubena zo itija da dru amani itija di tudi ndien chedi do chedi da macha kombo de tap mama achavu bo Mose ni sopada miemu do do idio konve parents kido akumemu do kini itija nje duki ye kita dure mitangwa ita tifule le adrodite idi ani itija maru idire si jo amani itija ya matira atare na nako lakini test ya lozore ama mudela pani minadu ya museum pema ipe paxi kini ya minadu ina rabari na group siba. That is a forgiving heart. Inara boga mako and inara dia anjele kenari adini dipa amani amatrok zuzu video there onvebaru siku skulu ele nienda nziki kiri inaenda pax umbe kwa kwangu bi ina mombe atsabu wangu bi idi do tu level azia we demi omve mamva bi mazabi onvebaru siku. At the age of 95, amaki gamete zingido di atakita 95 ku last bed. Mukungu napara joago opi idio di takita 95 ku politicians ramadulindi. We are carrying the heaviest burden, the burden of hatred that we are all speaking about. And it is going to finish us as early as possible. Muse, Ochi di duri ba de jola le loy minister ide odi ocho chako. Idi asinga so government ya politician ru title honorable de modo de Muse Ruben Raledio. Nobody attached this title honorable. it was automatic. His respect was with or without that title, it was there. I want to concur with that. Mose did not like Afazia Azuta Unedi Leandra. Udu Alusuguti Piodro, driver Taki, Amu Mose Duvo. Bani kita to program da vudi ache. Ubuti elo alusudu alusibaki muye. Ela ina koda. Baki moru. Udu ta usondrasi. Baki yato Mose be mugo Terego do. Udu ta usi de udu ziasi Mose iotro. I remember vestisi Mose amvuga. This chairman LC5 big. And it's the person we are burying now. Amane the interior lady, Imba Piezanachi, the other Amane agriculture Imba, Ovon, Imba Bako, Amam Wimba Pita Moseti, Edmastati. And the Doraki, no professional way handle him. No way. Mose called the teacher. He called the asked class representatives. Afikot him. And the Amakesi Mose Ngabu Silikesi Kine Mei Kimi Kinomi and to Ziba Pinito. Amafudi to celebration. Dan Ziba Pidam special university. I did not forfeit. Ojoas Amaga first grade era. Before the need to Mose Amozo, he drew the man need to see Tadian Duan is over there, Mose Fibo. Adamana Jamongo Nichoti, Mose, Ridipa Fibuoko, I'm a skeleton. Who else can now go to heaven? There's nobody. Mose has a specific pew in a Arabian Catholic Church. Bariki Dilako pew that make up the numbers. How many of us have those kind of locations in the church? We are too busy. For me, I strongly believe his position in heaven is equally designated the way it has been in our Catholic Church. Uduenda nasi papa de tagamu Uganda dia babaki bamu babako pepe. Terego no bambur kitachi. Uduezi alumozemu aruki amafada. Tulo azichiba tinumbeji lario. Mose kiba peki terego no mu papa Andre kambalale. I think the level it is already chako. So tadomu Umwagale na naria, pamila rio tiega. Muse anira do imuta tuelo ilo mwafadi na ledu marisi. Muse mu ii mfia kwe la rio dru asa ya amorusi muki mudale tuelo. Police ye ado rakitu by hiki trumano. He was one person who was very determined to achieve what he wants. Tadi yaba ni jobo radini amamwaga amamudi yabo. Angwandra Abani Fair District, Sizodi, somewhere became a problem. There were unscrupulous politicians who were moving around to incite the locals that you now see Gorofa Kanga descended on board Chiba, Fesedi, me, company cities, Orangoni. Nasimozen Redangoku, Otuzozavu was a problem. I had to go and beg the family to allow Mose to come and listen to the voices of the people. Moke arore baki oidisi tourist. Trozo zobo baki niera zo hakibo mita uzo azindo azodi the mistake and the lie is on your side. Urura samani meeting o holo adaria. Idruto azi we on azo muse o Mirukusu o kimia. Kimia haken de o dobeo. Moses mwanga doki ni saka. Omfema pale na saka. Mini George imi mchoto de amwa tiki ndi iri amwa mango bi de rakya. Mzee kilima kwa pimia ritochi dana. Le farmers pia fanya wote. Kala ilitoa chatile kiulidi farmers oki afanya adobo baada kitina. Na kitochi pena ikivura. Adi ngamari kidi aurora. Mzee Ilians Kimba Mama Izoko. Our leaders, including aspiring leaders, that should be the value we should be teaching. We should be discouraging people crowding in our offices begging. I don't think that's the best practice. Jose has shown the way. Aringalekenda mzee basi Terego house yumbele. Imita zole miati mzee actually has brought you. Mzee has brought you to listen to what I'm about to say. Imita nja manyambele triulopia fawarone chidi ama imidri ekwa maza. Come and invest back at home. We are accusing staff of sleeping in Arua, causing wear and tear to the machinery. But if you look at our surrounding critically, the houses we have are not palatable for accommodation of staff. Basi dito sialaro afa next year nadi at the entrance. Basi dito si our staff must be part of the corollary. These are the challenges we are facing here. I want to thank Alia. Many Agolokwad at least back in the Ultra Alana. Can we have many more Alias here to do some construction for accommodation? If we cannot do it, who else is going to develop the place? We have tried our best to bring up the civic area. Now the surrounding is very wanting. Help us come and put some structures here for rent and accommodation. To make Muzee's legacy reign, Mr. Speaker, I am making a proposal that since Ndiria was his last school, and also the fact that Ndiria has been the academic center, in terms of everything teachers do in our district, we need to put up a resource center at Ndiria that we can name Amabua Resource Center. Mzee huduma noko zezo femani senda alfu kalita rula sia fulididen arua peama timu airtime mzee bari airtime zezo da di bari moko ni airtime zizori afa senda narazo each airtime di each asibande scratch card skaiwa ande dorera dido mila afrika di afide la kunda scratch card skaiwa. It's the airtime the me chemi muzeni. The muiche bo muze keen interest. Asking aro this tabamba zikilo bedaki. Barule me chichichia. Yedi pidangonia. In their conversation became that the clan was supposed to go to Nebi. He pulled 50,000 femadi. I want to strongly believe that that contribution he made is a blessing to my wife and my children. Rumor it is very true that we are all surprised when the president was coming for his rally here. Some unscrupulous characters who think they know more started bringing queer names. Names that even the people of Terego cannot pronounce. Come again, the name was that one. That this name should be changed to the name he has just mentioned. Ladies and gentlemen, when do we honor our own people who have achieved? It's sad. And I think we need to grow, how to grow that culture that we are just there as a by the way, we are carried away. We stood the ground. That road will remain Amabua Road. It is a road that has made its name into lists of roads and inventory of roads in the district. Whoever wants to change it should first finish us, then you can change. And we're not finishable, by the way. Yesterday in the evening, actually in the night, I came here, I sat at the roadside and said the rosary for Mose. A reason why I am saying Mose is going to heaven. And I wanted actually all the Mukumbus, Naparas, sub-county chiefs, that time who worked under him, who was still living, to be part of his burial. And I have not given up on that. James, there is one in your place called there's one in Idu here, between Idu and Tondo. There is Jack here who is still living in your tribe here. We need to support these people to attend this burial tomorrow, so that they are able to witness their colleague going down. When you broke the news, I didn't know how to deliver to my father, and I did not. Because he's one person. I remember I took my Muse to him. I knew I was just taking him to go, and maybe about 20 minutes they finish and he comes back. The next question was, Ma'am Vapi, mitatori omupalie zianidi, itika mupalie zai kudri kudatsa bwadia. Baro mini sam kedi kusori lora. I want to thank you, Mil. Mil mina for to mina kuta mbazo Muse. You are the head mistress of that home that has kept the Muse to this level. Not many people can do that. For many, amata vitambarasi. Ama iya Mungu andre di fepe amanere ni afe idini ava lipi ukopi kuri. Nandani esikokoro. Amen. I beg to submit.
Thank you very much, the district chair, for your tribute. Colleagues, we have run out of time and we still have 2 more items on our order paper, and I will direct that we do these 2 marathon. And on that note, I also want to alternate number 7 and 8. We shall first of all lay the wreaths, and thereafter we shall pay our last tribute. So glad to counsel that will be the order in which we shall handle this. Therefore, okay. Members, I think I need to reverse the decision of alternating items 7 and 8. I want us to follow the same procedure. And that takes us to number 7. It is motion to pay our last respect to let Mzee Donato Amabua therefore call upon the move of the motion to lead us in this.
Mr. Speaker, and your entourage, all protocol observed as already established. Mr. Speaker, permit me to move a motion seeking council resolution to pay last respect to the late Mzee Donato Amabua lying before us. Mr. Speaker, I beg to move.
Secondment from the House. Honorable Dr. Florence.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to second the motion being moved by for seeking council resolution to pay last respect to the late Mzee. I beg to second.
Okay, in the best interest of time, I will direct that the speaker and the entourage will lead us in this order, and the honorable members of the council will follow. Honorable Augustine, you can take back your seat. I think DJ, you can play for us a song, a low tune, as we do this. Members, after the members of the council, I will request that the family and the friends also join as we execute this. And any small contribution that you have can drop it in the basket as we continue mobilizing support towards the bigger battle tomorrow. thank all of us very much for paying our last respect for our fallen hero, and that takes us to laying of the wreaths, and the following shall be the order. The sitting speaker and the entourage will lead the laying of the wreaths. The LC5 chairperson and the councillors shall follow. We have the representative of our chief administrative officer, and we have former chief administrative officers in our midst. They will join their colleague in laying a wreath. Shall have the family and friends. That will be the order, and I therefore want to urge my team to take lead in this.
Sun gone down, darkness be over me, my rest the stone. Yes, in my dreams I think, nearer my God to thee.
Thank you very much. DJ can hold on. I want to thank all of us for briefly performing that task, and it is a sign of love and respect for our fallen hero. That takes us to our last item on our order paper, but before I adjourn the house, I also want to take this opportunity to give a slot for our co-speakers, and I will start with the Speaker of the United States of Arua. Now, when Arua became city, the district also changed. So, Honorable Speaker, you are most welcome.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker and your team. The LC5 of Terego District Local Government, my fellow colleague, the Honorable Councillors, the family members, and all mourners. I came here in two capacities. One, as the Speaker of Arua District Local Government, and at the same time, I represented the Chairman of the United States of Arua. We call ourselves the United States of Arua because we are the mother district. As Arua, we gave birth to all these districts in West Nile. And we feel that if there's something happening with our children, as parents, we get concerned. Whether it is celebration or in time like this, we always want to come together. So without wasting time, I'm going to read the chairman's speech as it is. Arua District Local Government, Office of the District Chairman Arua. Tribute during the Special Council in memory of the late Donato Amabua. Amabua? The Big family and the people of Greater Arua. The people of Arua District and the Council are taken by profound shock upon the demise of the late Donato Amabua. The late Donato lived an exceptional leadership as the first LC5 chairman of the Greater Arua District. Stretching from Yumbe, Koboko, Maracha, Terego, and Madokolo. The late Donato dedication, honesty, and humility to serve the people of Greater Arua and the region will be missed but never forgotten. May the family and the people of Greater Arua and the region find strength and solace in the memories of the late Donato and the impact he has left behind. May the soul of the late Donato rest in eternal peace. Alfred Okoonji, LC5, Arua District, for God and my country. Arua District Chairman, the Vice Chairperson, the Vice President, of the Northern Region, that is Uluga, and also Wenda Representative NGO Board. Thank you. Now, just a bit of my own. I have learned one thing from this council. One is that after listening to the speech from the family representative, I found out that this family is in total humility. They are very humble, and because of the humility, they are what they are. Second thing I have learned from them is their total commitment to succeed at all costs during their life. Whether they have something or they don't have, they will try to find out that they do the best to make them succeed. Thank you very much. Keep the candle of your late dad burning and let it burn bright, brighter than when he was still alive. To us here, mourners, what have we learned? Are we going, our funeral, is our funeral going to be the way this one is? What are people going to talk about us? Are we going to be remembered for the good thing that we have done or for the bad thing that we have done? It is our own thing to take home. Let us learn from it. Let us be humble. Let us be generous. Let us be committed to whatever we are doing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, the presiding speaker, for this special regional council sitting. The bereaved family of Mzee, the district chair of Terego district local government, the members of the executive committee of this local government, and the honorable members of the August House. I think in the interest of time, I want to stand with the protocol. Ladies and gentlemen, Asiku Kasim is my name. I am the district speaker or council speaker for the district local government. this morning when I was leaving Yumbe, we learned about the demise of our Mzee, which was even specified during the time when my senior brother was giving information about his history. And when that information reached Yumbe, we were all shocked about that shocking news of the demise of our Mzee. Because as the previous speakers were sharing information, Mzee has a shared history with the people of Yumbe, specifically the Aringa people. And that shared history, we shall not be taking it for granted. It will continue to remain with us to remember his legacy for what he has done specifically for the Aringa people during his time when he was the district chair for Greater Arua. And I therefore wanted to take this opportunity to announce that when I was leaving, the people of Yumbe are condoning with the people of Terego because of our shared history. And I think that shared history shall never be taken for granted. And a lot could be said about what Mzee did to the people of Aringa. I remember when the discussions were going on, there was even a humble request from one of our senior colleagues in the council that Yumbe deserves to organize a special council in memory of what late Mzee did to the people of Yumbe. I have already captured it here, and I think our council is due. When I will be traveling back, all the discussions which have been taking place here I will be able to share. But I am quite sure a statement will be issued in his memory. That's now the commitment I want to take back home, to eulogize him and to remember his contribution he did to the people of Yumbe. But very importantly, dear monarchs, for us, the speakers of West Nile, we are 12. There are 12 districts in West Nile. All of the speakers of West Nile would have loved to be here, but because of issues, some could not be part of this special regional council today. I therefore want to take this opportunity to tender their apologies for not being in attendance today. And a lot of apologies extended from the missing district council speakers who are not here, but they are with us in spirit. But I know when the burial will be taking place tomorrow, definitely some will be joining this family. And one unique thing, as the speakers of West Nile, we have owned West Nile as our home. If there's anything of such a nature happening in any of the districts of West Nile, we tend to come closer. And we have learned that good practice from our district chairpersons. And some of these occasions, there have been series of them happening within the West Nile sub-region, but we have been attending. The speakers of West Nile, they have unanimously accepted that I should be coordinating all of the affairs of the speakers of West Nile. And once an opportunity is given to me to speak like this, I speak as a coordinator for speakers of West Nile. But in a very special way, I want to thank my colleague, the presiding officer of Terego, with the debut, that when this incident happened, immediately it was shared in our platform. As we speak here, all of the district council speakers of West Nile, they have already known that we are here for this regional council meeting, and that was the reason why majority who are not in attendance, they were able to tender their apologies of not being present. And I think this incident, when it happened during that time, up to today, the West Nile sub-region is in total darkness, because it will take years and years for us to get a person of Mzee's caliber to keep on guiding the leadership of West Nile and to keep on guiding the population of West Nile. But our prayer is that all what has been said here must really be taken, and the various local governments at their various sittings, we shall be able to begin isolating some of the key issues which must be passed as resolutions to the various local governments within West Nile sub-region. I therefore also want to extend apology from the district chair of Yumbe. He wished to be here in person, but because today the national assessors, they're in Yumbe today, and the presence of national assessors could not allow him to be part of this special regional meeting. But I know at a convenient time, at least a telephone conversation will be shared with his colleague, the district chairperson of Terego, and when the burial will be taking place tomorrow, I am quite sure his apologies and even tribute will be extended to the greater population who will turn up for the burial of Mzee tomorrow. One important message, when I was leaving Yumbe, one of our civil servants by the name called Drajiga Rasul is our principal chief administrative officer. He shared a story with me. He told me when he had finished senior 6, there was an education committee which was in 1990s put in place to select some people to go for government sponsorship in Makerere University. But when that committee sat, he had passed very well, but the committee did not select him to join the university. He was a very young boy, he became restless, he could not be able to now do anything. But in one of the corridors of Arua district local government, he was just walking and crying. But fortunately enough, he met with the late Mzee. And Mzee asked him why he was crying. He narrated his side, and immediately Mzee held his hand, they walked into his office, and he wrote a small cheat. And that cheat was directed to the education committee. By that time, selecting people to join Makerere University, and that cheat which was written by Mzee was honored by that committee, and that was how he got the opportunity to study in Makerere University. Otherwise, if Mzee had not written that cheat, that guy could not be occupying that position of principal chief administrative officer for Yumbe now. And that position, he told me that I should be able to dedicate that position to the family, and the families will know that Mzee has another son in Yumbe by names Drajiga Rasul. Because of that contribution, his family shall never forget Mzee and his family. I think some of those nice experiences are good to be talked about a person who has contributed for the development of leadership in West Nile sub-region. So in the interest of time, I don't want to talk much because a lot has been said. We therefore pray and commit our time which we have spent here, that Almighty God should honor it to reward Mzee in the life of eternity. I say all of this for God and my country.
Thank you very much, the two speakers who have just shared with us. And I want to thank all of us for giving us this time to eulogize our late Mzee in this special way. I also want to extend an apology from our women member of parliament. She came early for this meeting as stated on our order paper, but we were unable to start at the stated time. So she had some commitments. She told me to extend the apology, and she will be joining in the burial tomorrow. I also want to appreciate all the positive speeches in this special council organized in honor and payment of tribute to our fallen hero. Indeed, all the speeches we made here are in line with the life of our fallen hero. There are a number of funerals where we have struggled to put words which do not rhyme with the actions of the fallen body. But at least for this I also want to testify that all the speeches here are in line with the life of our fallen hero. I personally have experiences with Mose. In 2011, when I joined Iowa Sub-County Council, I stood as the council speaker and we were forced to campaign. In the campaign, though Mose did not have the voting power, he was able to say, leave this position for him. He told the people to leave the position for the council on I. But by then I was a member of FDC, and the NRA members in the house were more than the members of FDC. So I lost, and that was a pain in store for Mose. So he had been a politician who never stick to the principles of the party. For him, his party was actually the subjects, the electors, the people he served. I think that is one thing we also need to emulate, and one thing that we also need to adopt from this council meeting. Members' family life, a lot was being said, and I want to confirm that let's also emulate what Mose left via his family life. In Terego, when people see politicians in funerals, that is when they will organize a condolence table. Mose married and he produced 22, and all these 22 grew up in his hands. Nothing like go to your uncles, nothing like go and stay with your aunties. So this is one thing that we also need to emulate. There was a burial where I went, and the person who died was 24, he produced 13. And people really wanted me as a government representative to make a statement. Where do I start from here? These things are many in our communities, and we need to copy from what our Mose did. Chairman, you made a proposal to have a resource center at Ndiria in Nemso, Leti Mose. I think that is one big promise I will follow, and I will endorse the council to follow in honor of our late Mose. I thank all of you very much. Mose organized lands for all of us, and it is compulsory. It is compulsory. After adjournment, I will restate that we take the lands. In a number of eulogies, a number of tributes, many people grew up in his hands, and this is his last lunch and supper for us. I will request that all of us, after adjournment, we remain behind and we briefly thank the late lands. And thereafter, I will request that we escort the dead body as council up to home, and that is our mandate. Therefore, I call upon all the drivers to be standby, and the funeral team to also step behind for this supper. Thereafter, we shall take the body home. I adjourn the house for God and my country.
Oh Mashariki, tuwezeshe kuishi kwa amani, tutimize na malengo yetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tulilinde, tuwajibike, tuimarike, umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu. Uzalendo pia mshikamano viwe msingi wa umoja wetu, na tulinde uhuru na amani, mila zetu na desturi zetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuwajibike, tuimarike, umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu. Viwandani na hata mashambani, tufanye kazi sote kwa makini, tujitoe kwa hali na mali, tuijenge jumuiya bora. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuwajibike, tuimarike, umoja wetu